Well, hello. Um, we had a little technical difficulty, but I thought I would stay on and just talk with you and let you know where we've been at this last couple of weeks and talking about holistic health, advancing nurse coaching, and really what's happening in the world of nursing right now. It's an amazing place to be, truthfully. We're seeing a lot of nurses come out into the entrepreneur space, but we're also seeing a lot of nurses who are actually bringing their gifts and talents to their institutions and right where they work. I've been talking to a lot of you out there who are creating some amazing things to help people with their health and well-being, and we're healing ourselves in the process. So it's really a really unique time in history to be a nurse with new technology and new ways of being able to connect with each other, to connect with our patients, and create the health and healing that we always knew was there. We've been in the medical model for a long time, and a lot of us know very well what that means with working at the bedside and all the specialties and how rewarding it is to help people through trying times in their life. But there's a lot of us who really want to come over to prevention and being able to say, listen, how about if we avoid some of these hospitalizations and some of these um, ways that we're trying to fix people after the fact, if you will, knowing that there was so much more we could do before we ever get to the point where we need to go to the ER to be hospitalized. And we will always need the healthcare systems that we have. There is such an amazing amount of knowledge and technology and incredible human beings who are bringing all of their gifts to help keep people well, because we all know that without health, life is a little bit harder. And so part of what holistic nursing is about is seeing that person and ourselves as whole and complete human beings, body, mind, and spirit. And the way that we show up and do that in the world is really truly unique to each and every person. We don't all want to do the same things or create health in the exact same way. But as we live and grow and embrace this time in history that we have an opportunity, a very unique opportunity right now to use technology to connect with each other, to be able to use what's available to help us with our health and well-being. And in today's world, information is at the tips of our fingers. But what it can't do is create human connection and do critical thinking and share knowledge in a way that's deeply personal to the people that we're talking to. And truthfully, each of us, as we journey through life, I don't know anyone who's not looking for their best life. I just don't. There's every flavor that you can imagine out there. And it's what makes it fun and unique and exciting. And I think for a lot of us, especially me and some of those that I know, I think we got off track a little bit when we started outsourcing our health to the latest and greatest gimmick or the newest and um, plan or eating plan or exercise tip. All of those are very important. But the one thing that we can't do is make a blanket statement for every single person. It's up to us to find out, what is it that our body likes? What does our body do and respond to when we're trying to make the changes that we want to make? My daughter is a perfect example. She's like, my body doesn't do what other people's bodies do. So she's had to find her own way through diabetes and is currently not diabetic because she listened to her body. She listened to her internal wisdom and stopped listening to the noise. And I think in our world, which is nurse coaching and holistic nursing, that's what this program does. It stops the noise. so that you can listen intuitively, listen deeply to yourself. You have in you the knowledge to do what you need to do in this life. The beautiful thing about nursing and coaching and truthfully human beings who want to be in the healing space or the transformation space is we give people an opportunity to hear themselves, to hear yourself and what it is you need to do is a profound shift in human transformation, especially when it comes to health and well-being. And it starts getting really exciting when you start going, oh, I don't have to listen to everybody. But when you resonate with someone who is speaking your language, who is making the hairs on the back of your neck stand up like, oh, that's true, that's who you should listen to. That's who you should ask questions about. They don't have your answers, but they might know something that you don't know. And as I decided this last week when we went to Costa Rica to be what I'm calling a sponge, I wanted to learn and listen and feel and hear what people had to say about what they're doing for their life and the kinds of businesses that they're building and the people that they're serving. And what I learned is everyone is a healer in their own way. And I love that. I love knowing that there are people in and around the world that I'm in right now of incredibly gifted and talented and caring people. And we're building communities of people who want to live in the holistic health way, if you will. And that being said, I would encourage you if nurse coaching or holistic nursing has been on your mind, come and check it out because all of our gifts, all of our talents matter. You matter. It's about what you get to bring to your nursing practice because through you and the knowledge that you have, people need to hear what you know. Because without knowledge, it's really hard for us to make changes. And without listening to ourselves and our internal wisdom, it's even harder. And I think that's why nurse coaching exists now, because the people who came before us, the incredible minds that knew something was off in nursing as a practice, said, hey, we need to do something that brings holism back into nursing. We will always need the medical model, if you will, the people that have the knowledge of how to use the equipment, how to save your life if you need it. Um, and truthfully, I want that there. I want hospitals to be there to bridge gaps when things happen in our lives, because they always will. It will never be without something coming into our life, whether it's an illness or an accident or a new baby or any of the things that make up our lives. But the difference is when we have healthcare providers who actually empower people to go, what is the right thing for you right now? I know you know. And giving the space to hear yourself and know what it is that you need. That's the space that nurse coaching lives in and holistic nursing. And that's what our program offers. This program offers people the opportunity to look through a new lens to see how do we make decisions? How do we live a life of our dreams? What brings that to life? And it truly is how we use thought. I've always been told that thought is the most powerful thing in the universe. So why do we use it against ourselves so often in the form of judgment or criticism or the I can'ts or sometimes it's the I shoulds. One of my friends, Dr. Bill Pettit, always says, quit shoulding all over yourself. And so sometimes I hear myself say that and I'm like, yeah, it's not a should, it's a want. It's a desire. Maybe even I need to. But how do we get there? Nurse coaching bridges that gap and it helps people in ways that I can't even begin to describe here. So if you're interested in learning more about holistic nursing, which is the first two courses of our program, you can sit for the board certification as soon as you have those continuing education credits. And then the second half of our program, if you choose to go on, is the nurse coaching program. It's 60 hours of continuing education in coaching, and then 60 hours of supervised coaching practice. And that gives you the ability to sit for board certification. So if this is interesting to you and you want to know more, we would love to speak with you. This video will be up for you to watch if you want to watch it again. And beyond that, get in touch with us. Nursecoaching.com is our website. 2 words, nursecoaching.com. And schedule a time to talk. It's all about you, what you want for your career and for your life, and see if we're a good fit for you. So thank you for listening, and I hope you have just a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.